Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is the energy update for all signs for Saturday, the 19th of February 2022. I hope you're doing well. I have a live show here on YouTube called Psychic Cafe 3 times a week. I'd love to see you in there. In that, I do general channeling for the collective, but I also give mini reads in there as well. So if you want a mini read, it's by donation. Come along in there. If you click on the Be Healing, my channel down there, you'll see it there on the homepage. The next show, Laying in Wait, so you can see when it is in your time zone. You can click a button to set a reminder for you on there as well. To come along live, I'd love to see you there. If you're interested in a private reading with me, they're available from my website, BeHealing.com. You can find a link for that in the description box below, and also one up there as well. And if you know what this tarot card is here, it's the Matcha Tarot. If you know what this one is, then let me know. If you've got this deck and you recognize this image, I'd like to know which deck it's from and what card it is. Let me know. So let's get some cards out. What are the energies today for everybody? What have we got going on? There we go. I've had this t-shirt for years, and I've never found out what it is. We're born with a gift. Is she born with it, or is it Maybelline? We're born with a gift. You know, we're born with all of the resources inside of ourselves that we'll need for the important stuff on our life path. I'm not saying we won't need to pick up anything or learn anything along the way. We do, but the important things are already within us. Our likes, our dislikes, the passions that we've got, the things that come easily to us, all of that stuff is the gifts that we're given that will help us on that path too, you know. It's already within. The important stuff is already within. There's very few things that we need to pick up on the outside for that life path. Like, not to say that, like I said, that we don't need to learn stuff. Of course, we learn things along the way. We pick stuff up. Got Seeker out with that as well. So you could be seeking the missing pieces and not seeing that it's all inside of you, instead of just following up the gifts that you're born with. What I mean by that is sometimes we think that there's something missing, that we're not getting the success or the relationship or whatever it is that we want because there's something missing from us and we need to learn it from someone else. And so all of the time we're thinking, what am I lacking? We're thinking about the things that we're not so good at, and we're trying to improve those instead of focusing on the things we're really good at and growing that instead. And I feel like that's the message here, is seek those things that are within you that are already there and grow those instead. I mean, wouldn't school be a completely different experience if we had that? Instead of saying, no, you need to be good in every single subject so that everyone's homogenous and everyone's the same. If you take one child and say, what's in your heart? What are you good at? And then develop them in that way. Do that for yourself today. If you agree with that sentiment, that would be great for schools. Well, what about doing that for your inner child? What about doing that for yourself at the moment? Seek to grow those things that are already within you, the gifts that you've already got. 7 of Wands is the need to defend yourself today, or defend some kind of an idea that you've got. Could be on the defensive today. 2 of Swords, a decision needs to be made, but you don't necessarily have all of the information to make it. Ten of Wands, there's some burdens to put down. This might be the burdens of trying to find those missing pieces, trying to learn something that's not already within you. That could be that's a burdensome thing, you know. Is that I will try and find the thing that's worst about me and then improve on that, instead of I'll find the best thing that's about me and make that even better. It's almost like getting your zone of genius kind of thing and just focus on that, become really good at what you're already really good at. I thought it might have been this card. This card was out before when those other 3 cards dropped out. The Star, Our Wishes. Nice. Something about our wishes there. Let's find out. So the 7 of Wands is a need to defend ourselves, or something like that. A need to defend ourselves or defend an idea is what I heard. Options. Okay. So I've got the Six of Material, something about reciprocation. You might need to defend yourself against someone that isn't reciprocating or something that you're not getting back from. In other words, say you're in a job or something like that and they're not paying you properly or whatever. You might need to defend yourself, stand up for yourself, say, hey, give me my pay. If you're in a relationship and they're just not pitching in, they're not making an effort, it's time to stand up and defend yourself and say, hey, you need to step up here. There's adults in this house. I'm only one of them. I'm not the only one here. You should be pitching in and doing your part. The Magician. The Muse of Voices and the Muse of Inspiration. So there's two characters here. One of them is entrepreneurial kind of thing, a go-getter, someone that gets things. The other one is more of a thinker. You could be manifesting something. These have got boss kind of an energies. Very book smart kind of a person, very entrepreneurial kind of a go-getter. Can be kind of brash and push people around as well. This one can be overly logical as well. These are the people you might need to defend yourself against today so that you can manifest what it is that you want. Definitely focus on taking this message when we're talking about reciprocation, when you're not really getting what you want from it. So someone could be like twisting your words around or saying, or like convincing you that you shouldn't have more pay at the moment or something like that. You know when people can do that, bosses can do that. It might be a situation like that where someone tries to convince you that you shouldn't have what it is that you know that you deserve from it. So defend yourself. Know to stand up for yourself today. Definitely feels like a work situation that. For some of you, it could be home situation. Feminine energy, so you deserve to receive. You deserve to receive. You know, isn't it weird? Don't you find that that's weird, the yin-yang thing, that the feminine aspect is the receiving aspect? And I don't know about you, but I have a look around me in my life as it has been, my past life kind of thing. And look around me and I see the women doing a hell of a lot, like doing all of it. And it's like, hang on a minute. But the women seem to be the givers in this paradigm that we're in right now, not the receivers. So how come? Two of Swords. There's a decision to be made here. You might not necessarily have all of the information that you need to make that decision. Or you might be kidding yourself that you don't. Six of Inspiration. For your victory. You might be kidding yourself that you don't have the information. It might just be, it's a strong decision that needs to be made. And so you might be scared of making that decision, but it's going to lead to victory if you do make it. I do feel like you do know what that decision is. What's behind this is masculine energy and burdens, and not taking the burdens of the masculine energy on. Some of you are either in a work situation or a home situation or both, taking on the burdens of the masculine instead, doing it for them, putting up with the boss, doing everything that they want you to do kind of thing, and they're not reciprocating. You're not getting the benefit from it. Maybe they're reaping the rewards from it and you're not, and it's time to drop those burdens. Yeah, definite kind of feminine, masculine balance kind of thing going on today. 10 of Wands, putting those burdens down. Of what? I'm making a new choice about it. So there's a choice. You've always got choices. You don't have to continue on this path. You can drop them. You don't have to spin those plates. You don't have to do it for that masculine energy or those masculine people. You don't need to. You don't need to take the weight for them. You can have a new day instead. Choose something completely different. You can opt out of it and say, I know what, I'm not playing anymore. I'm not doing this. I'm not playing anymore. I'm going to focus on me and my wishes instead. Because I deserve more than this. I deserve more. The Lovers? Okay, so this is different. This is wishes and lovers. For some of you, I might have been talking about a romantic relationship here. You might have been in a romantic relationship. You might be in one. You might just be leaving one at the moment if you've got sense, if this is true for you, that hasn't been reciprocal and you're doing all of the work and it's just not good enough. Hey, your wishes with your lovers are coming true. Now, for those of you that this is about a work situation or whatever, the rest of it, this could just be about your lovers, your lover, your wishes, your relationship wishes coming true. Now, the Lovers, what's this? I'm going to go again. No, I'll take those three. We've got slow but steady. sexual energy and perception. Perception of balance here as well, the yin yang on that card. But sexual energy, there's a lot of passions flowering here. Slow but steady. It could have been slow incoming. It might still be slow incoming. Sexual energy going on there, so a bit of fiery passion kind of thing. So your wishes could be coming true for some of you in your relationships today. Let's find out what is going on in our love lives today. What's going on in our love lives energy today? What's going on in the loving arena today? Nice. We have playfulness. Could be having some fun today with your partner. Laughter is the best therapy, or you could just be flirting with somebody new. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together. Remember, love is the greatest healer. If you've been going through some hard times at the moment with someone you're seeing, then you might want to lighten it up today and have a bit of fun. Lighten up on that. For those of you going through problems at the moment, not necessarily problems in the relationship, maybe problems together, you know, problems with something at home, or might want to have some fun and lighten up today. Get flirty and find a balance. Find a balance. Yeah, there's a lot of that energy, right? There needs to be some balance for those of you that are in imbalanced romantic relationships, for those of you that have been far too willing to put too much effort in, really, based on what the other person is prepared to put into it. Tell us more about our love lives today. Self-love. Some of you might just be in that stage at the moment, the self-love stage, which of course is a stage that we should always be in. But in our love lives, sometimes this means you're alone and you're loving on yourself. And it's easier to do the self-loving thing alone. Self-love is easier to do when you're by yourself. So we need to get that firm foundation when we're alone first and not in relationship. Caution. Have some caution here, so watch out. To do with romantic relationships, maybe that's the imbalance. Watch out putting up with imbalance for too long, you know, because if you show others how to treat us, right? And if we put up with stuff for too long, we're showing them that it's okay. And then when you renege on that, when you change your mind and put a boundary down, if it's been going on for too long, you've been putting up with it, they're not going to. They're not going to want to change because they know that they can get at that. If they can get you back to that point of you putting up with it again. So just be careful of that. Influence here. Someone's got an influence over somebody. Could be someone influencing you about your love life. You could have a friend telling you, "You sure you're in a good situation here?" That kind of thing. Or it could be someone, if you're in a bad situation, you might have a friend or family member who's saying, "It's not that bad." You know, doing the gaslighting thing, saying, "You sure it's that bad? You sure it's not just you?" That kind of thing. Careful of that. Someone that's influencing you in that direction. You know in your heart if you're putting up with something that's not right to put up with. Bit of heartbreak going on today for some. Could be the heartbreaks of the past as well. We have intimacy. We have betrayal. Oh no, someone betrayed that intimacy. So you're sharing yourself fully with somebody. This could be about the past heartbreaks. This could be coming up for you, something that happened in the past, and they betrayed you. Intimate with them. You told them everything, and then they betrayed you. That could be coming up again. You could have fears around that because you've got commitment here. Maybe someone that you're committed to, or maybe you're headed into a commitment now, and this past heartbreak is coming up. It's like, oh no, I hope that doesn't happen again. I committed that time, and they broke my heart, and they betrayed me. And it feels like a betrayal of trust, more than cheating kind of thing. It feels like you were intimate with someone, you told them some information that you don't tell many people, and then they told someone else about that. It feels like that kind of betrayal. So you might be headed into a commitment at the moment, and you could have all of these influences going on, maybe with other people, but also past influences from heartbreak that's happened in the past, and you're kind of scared that it's going to happen again. So what to do in that situation? Well, to heal the past instead of projecting it in the future now. So you might want to look back at when you got together with that person that betrayed you. Were there any warning signs there that you could have heeded? Did you start putting up with things that you shouldn't have. Maybe you're putting up with things for too long, like I was saying before. Just look at those signs and look at what you would have done differently. If you were headed into that relationship now as the person that you are now, would you have made the same decisions in that relationship? That is kind of the path to healing. The past stuff is that it's like, wow, then this me right now would never have done that. I would have reacted differently to those red flags that I saw, those warning signs. And when they started doing that stuff, I would have nipped it in the bud. I would have talked to them about it instead of being scared of talking to them about it. If you process it in that way and you realize you would have done something different, well, it can't happen now because you'll do it different now. And so you don't need to kind of preempt it not happening, them not betraying you. You'll just deal with it differently this time because you're a changed person. Problems to be resolved, Inkpot today. But we also have a light-hearted, carefree time going on as well. So it's not all about problems. Sunrise, new creative ideas, new ventures, a fresh start. And unsuccessful outcome to a problem, a broken bridge. So there are problems, unsuccessful outcomes, but there's also a light-hearted time as well. So very much mixed bag. I feel like the problems are in work situations, maybe in relationship situations, but it's more like the internal stuff, how you're handling, how you're feeling about a relationship kind of thing. Anyway, so think of a yes or no answer question because I've got a red and a green crystal in this bag. I'm about to pull out one of the crystals to give you an answer. It's just a bit of fun that because this is a general reading, not a private reading. But if you do want me to pull one of those crystals out for you personally, then come along to my live show, Psychic Cafe. You can find a link to it down there. If you click on the Be Healing down there to get onto my YouTube channel page, you will see the next show in waiting to find out when it is in your time zone. You can click on set a reminder there. Come along in that. I will pull out cards as well, not just the crystal, to give you your answer, to give you clarity on it as well. It's by donations for those. If you're interested in doing that for a private reading, asking questions for a private reading, just book yourself in for a private reading. There's a link in the description box below and also one up there as well. And once you're booked in, click on the Contact Us page on my website. You can put your questions in there. How best to deal with these energies today? A 9 of Swords. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Like, check your mind, where your mind's going. This is anxiety. This is your mind going off and worrying you. Feels like an inner kind of a day to me of dealing with your anxieties, dealing with the stuff that's coming up inside of yourself. So don't necessarily project it on the outside of yourself. Some of these things, and I think a lot of these things that are coming up today, it's just about an internal process of you sorting it out within your own mind and coming up with a clear decision for your victory here. You do know. So think of a yes or no answer question now. Pause the video if you're not ready for your answer. If your answer is no, it's the ruby. Don't do it. There you go. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click like on this video down there. Leave a comment as well. Love hearing from you guys. Click on that subscribe button along with that notification bell down there to hear more from me. I do one of these daily energy updates for the collective every single day of the year. I do 3 pick a card love reads a week, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show. Would love to see you in there. So have the best day ever. I will see you tomorrow. Bye.